The worst thing social media did to sports was convince average athletes that they were stars. Because now everybody wants attention, but very few people are actually good enough to benefit from it. We've got middle school athletes with their own logos. Parents hiring photographers before they hire trainers. Everybody wants exposure, but exposure to what? Here's the truth. Attention opens doors, but your performance is what's going to keep you in the room. Now, stay tuned in this episode because today I'm going to tell young athletes what I honestly believe is the easiest and fastest way to start making money from sports right now. You don't need 1 million followers. You don't need a huge NIL deal, and you don't need to go viral. And honestly, it's right in your face, and most of y'all can't even see it. What's up, team? It's Coach, and today we're going to talk about how high school sports became entertainment, why attention is the most valuable currency in the world, and why businesses are finally starting to pay attention to local athletes and local sports in a way we've never seen before. All right, now let's be honest. High school sports changed because of social media. Because now it's not all about sport as much as it is about content. Back in the day, if you played on Friday night, the people at the game saw it, maybe the local paper covered it, and that was about it. Now, every game can be live streamed. Every play can be clipped, every athlete posted, and every moment is going to get uploaded. The audience used to stop at the gym door. Now the audience is on the internet. Athletes think different now. Parents think different. Coaches definitely think different now. And businesses, they starting to catch on too. Attention is valuable. People don't just watch sports anymore. They engage in it. They repost clips. They replay highlights. They debate players on Facebook and YouTube all day. That's attention. And that's valuable. Friday Night Football isn't just a sport anymore. It's media. It's content. And yes, it's entertainment. And what I'm going to tell athletes later in this episode is one of the easiest ways to make some money right now. Let's be honest, guys. This generation is addicted to attention. Everybody wants exposure. Everybody wants followers. Everybody wants highlights. Everybody wants to drop a new mixtape. Everybody wants a recruiting graphic. I've seen little kids with graphics committing to their local Pop Warner football league. It's absolutely out of control and insane. But this goes back to something as old as time, man. Everybody wants validation. Everybody wants to feel good. When you get that like, when you see somebody liked your post or clicked on something, it validates you. It makes you feel good. We all want that positive affirmation. Some athletes spend more time posting workouts than actually working out. Everybody wants the look of success. It feels great. It looks cool to be followed by a photographer. You know, I was a high school head coach, and we had photographers on the sideline every week. And I would catch my guys posing, some of them posing when they were supposed to be in the game. But, I love all that stuff. The photographers, the edits, the logos, the tunnel walk videos when we would have photographers come. And I mean, some of these guys are really creative, man. They would put together videos with my guys in the locker room, walking out of the tunnel, and it's beautiful. It looks great. But social media created a dangerous illusion. It made average athletes feel elite. Let me be clear. I'm not against athlete branding. In fact, I'm totally for it. I actually think athletes should understand media. They should understand branding because visibility matters more now than ever. But followers don't make you elite. Exposure doesn't make you skilled. And a logo is not going to replace production on the field or on the court. Social media can do a great job of amplifying talent, but it does not create it. I know you know somebody who scored 4 points but posted 14 pictures. And I know you know that parent who's screaming the loudest in the stands, who can't wait to post the final score when her kid probably didn't even get in the game. Now let's have the uncomfortable conversation. Some parents make it way worse. They more excited about this stuff than the kids, honestly. Some of y'all think y'all gonna make a whole documentary film about your kid and Pop Warner football. And maybe it's gonna get picked up by Netflix and be the next Friday Night Tykes or something. Everybody thinks their kid is up next. And social media feeds that delusion because parents only see the highlights, the offers, the rankings, the viral moments. They don't see the thousands of athletes that never make it. Now everything feels public. Every touchdown is posted. Every workout is uploaded. Every game is analyzed online. And some kids can't even enjoy the sport anymore. Everything feels like a performance, and everything feels like pressure. And pressure is real. Some of you parents have to ask yourself, are you trying to develop an athlete or are you trying to build an online celebrity? That's exactly why parents need real information about sports culture, because social media can make average athletes look elite. That's one of the reasons why I wrote the book, Football 101, A Mother's Playbook to Understand High School Football, to help parents understand the game, the culture, and the reality behind all the noise. I'm going to link it down below. Grab a copy for yourself or somebody who needs to read it. Now, let me balance this whole conversation out because attention does matter. Exposure can change lives. Visibility can create real opportunities. And honestly, businesses are finally starting to understand how valuable high school sports attention really is. For years, companies overlooked local sports. Everybody wanted radio ads, billboards, newspaper ads, spend thousands and thousands of dollars on Facebook ads. Meanwhile, high school sports was right there in your face, quietly building one of the most loyal audiences in America. Think about this now. Parents watch, grandparents watch, students watch, alumni watch, communities watch. And they don't just watch, they care. They're invested in those teams and in those schools. That emotional connection matters. Emotional connection equals dollars. People support businesses that support their community. That's the difference. And I'm going to tell you when things got really real. Live streaming. The second high school sports became digital, the game changed forever. Because now, audiences don't just stop when the final whistle blows. Now, highlights get replayed, clips shared, interviews reposted, big moments live online forever. And businesses are finally starting to wake up and understand that local sports content lives forever. That's huge. See, because you can skip a commercial on TV. Parents, they'll rewatch that kid's touchdown 100 times. Grandparents are going to replay their grandkids' interview over and over and over again. Students are going to share the highlights from the big game on their social media. And every single replay can keep that sponsor's name visible. That's modern advertising. Now let me pull back the curtain a little bit. There's a whole media side to sports that most people never think about. Businesses can literally place themselves inside the experience now. Not just commercials. I'm talking in-game graphics, digital banners, sponsored highlights, halftime segments, player of the game sponsorships, replay sponsorships, pre-game sponsorships, post-game interviews, social media clips. See, we've been watching this for years now, but it was in the NFL and the NBA. Now, because of live streaming, we can do the exact same thing with high school sports. That's where sports marketing is headed. Right now, high school sports might be one of the most underrated advertising opportunities in America. Because what do advertisers want? Attention, trust, community connection, repeat visibility. High school sports are delivering all that. And you know why? Because families are already emotionally invested. That's why a business supporting local sports feels different than some random internet ad. It feels connected to the community. It matters. And here's another thing businesses are finally starting to realize. That replay might be actually more valuable than the live audience. That's crazy when you think about it, because now ads don't disappear after the game. The content keeps moving. A game-winning shot gets reposted. A touchdown clip goes viral locally. That could be millions and millions of views. And the sponsor stays attached to the content. That's powerful. Some businesses spend thousands of dollars every month on ads that nobody remembers. Meanwhile, local sports content keeps brands in front of families over and over and over again. And athletes should understand this too. Businesses aren't just investing in professional athletes. Now they can invest in college and high school athletes. A local athlete with a strong presence can influence an entire city. Now, let me be clear. I'm not saying athletes are suddenly going to become millionaires. That's the delusion that social media creates. But opportunities are growing, and smart athletes, smart parents, and smart businesses are learning how to leverage attention right now. Because like it or not, high school sport isn't just sport anymore. It's media, it's entertainment, it's branding. And where the attention goes, businesses follow and money flows. Before this episode ends, I'm going to give athletes one of the simplest ways to actually start making money off attention right now. Not fake attention, real attention. I'm going to give y'all the real actual play. Here's the reality check though, guys. Exposure only matters if you're good. The internet made everybody visible, but it didn't make everybody valuable. You can't brand your way around bad film. At some point, you still have to produce. You still got to block. You still got to tackle, shoot the ball, defend. You still got to win. Eventually, the truth is going to show up on film. That's why I keep saying it over and over again. Attention opens doors, but performance keeps you in the room. Let me give athletes the real play. Because everybody keeps talking about NIL deals, and honestly, most of y'all are thinking way too big, too soon. Everybody sees the superstar deals online, the Nike partnership, the big checks, and now every athlete from high school to college is thinking NIL. You don't need NIL, at least not yet. Most of y'all aren't famous enough for major NIL deals, but that doesn't mean you can't monetize attention. And this is where I think athletes are completely missing the easiest opportunity that's right in your face right now. Open an Amazon storefront right now, today. Seriously. That's probably the easiest entry level monetization play for athletes in 2026. And the crazy part is, most of y'all are already on Amazon all the time, and you already got the content. Think about what athletes post on a daily basis. Workouts, training clips, game day fits, recovery routines, football drills, basketball workouts, lifting videos, speed training, pregame routines. Now, think about what people always ask in the comments. What gloves are those? What cleats you wearing? What headphones are those? What resistance bands are you using? What camera are you recording with? The curiosity already exists. That's attention. That's attention that can be monetized. See, everybody think monetization starts after you become famous. That's thinking backwards. The smart athlete monetizes the audience while they build. And the beautiful part is, you don't need 1 million followers. You don't even need 10,000 followers. You need consistency, you need authenticity, and you need useful content. That's it. Because people buy from people they trust. And athletes naturally build trust through repetition. If I see you grinding every day, training every day, posting workouts every day, eventually I start paying attention to what you use. That's influence. And athletes, some of y'all don't realize that. You already have the blueprint sitting right on your phone. Smart athletes should be learning affiliate market, content strategy, audience building, digital branding, because this is the real future of sports. The athletes who understand both performance and attention, that combination is going to be dangerous. Now, let me be clear. This doesn't mean become an influencer instead of a good athlete. That's where people get it twisted. Content should support the athlete and not replace development. Your training still matters. Your film still matters. Your work ethic still matters, because eventually coaches stop looking at Instagram and they start looking at game film. But while you're building as an athlete, why not build an audience too? Why not learn branding? Why not create additional income? Why not learn how business works now instead of waiting until going to college? Now you're learning business, marketing, communication, branding, entrepreneurship. Those skills matter long after sports ends. Because let's keep it 1,000. Most of us ain't going pro, but learning how to build attention, monetize attention, and leverage attention, that can change your life forever. In this era, the athletes who will win in this era are the athletes who can combine both talent and visibility, skill and branding, performance and presentation. Athletes today should understand media. They should understand branding. They should understand opportunities. But none of that replaces discipline, hard work, and fundamentals. Because at the end of the day, the internet can't save you from bad film. Eventually the cameras turn off and your film gonna have to speak for itself. All right, team, let me know in the comments. Did social media create more opportunity in sports or more delusion? Make sure you like, subscribe, and share this episode. It's Coach Boz, Unfiltered. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.